I'm Renee Gray, and fitness has been a part of my life, most of my life. Ever since I was a little girl, I loved to play, and the type of play that I liked just happened to be the type of play that mostly boys do. And I was told many times that, oh, girls don't do that, you might want to try this, but not for me. I always wanted to do what I saw my brothers doing and what other boys were doing. So play turned into sports. And so from grade school all the way through high school, I participated in sports. And then after high school, I continued to participate in sports. So basically play turned into sports, which turned into fitness, which now is basically wellness, as fitness pertains to not just the body, but also the mind. And I am super stoked that in my 6th decade of life, I decided to do a fitness journal, a live one. And so from this point going forward, I will be sharing with anyone who's interested what it looks like for a 61-year-old woman to live a life that is based around fitness. It's interesting, right? Because fitness is supposed to be based around my life, but you'll see what I mean. So my nickname is Ray, and welcome to my fitness journal. This is my breakfast today. Normally I have more protein in my breakfast because I need more protein in my diet in order to maintain my muscle mass. But today, at least for this particular breakfast, not so much so. I've been on the go since I woke up, so I'm just trying to get something in right now. But there's fiber, and it's low cal. So. There used to be a time I would get some sugary cereal with a big mixing bowl and have that, but that was in my teens and 20s. Anymore, it doesn't bode well. So, bon appetit. So I'm about to go running because I'm considering competing in a run that's coming up pretty soon. And yes, I'm holding this camera. I can't believe I'm doing this. It looks so weird. Anyway, I'm in a good place. Not sure if you recognize it, but you probably do. And I'll see you after the run. Whew. All right, so made it back home. The jog was good. It was my first time running outside probably since last year when the weather was nice. So what I'm about to do now is foam roll. So I'm gonna use this on my leg muscles to control the degree of soreness that I will probably experience later this evening or tomorrow, and to relieve any like tight knots or muscles that were just used today. So the leg that I'm going to put on the foam roller is the leg that I am rolling. So and basically you make sure that it's right on there, that your leg is right on there, and you slowly move up until you feel basically the worst pain. And once you feel like, and the pain is in spots. The whole leg does not hurt, but there are particular spots that once you roll over them, they really hurt. And if you can stand it, you're supposed to hold your leg right at that spot for at least 30 seconds. And eventually you will feel that knot begin to relax. So that is, without having a book in front of me to read from or a script with the right words, that's basically what foam rolling is. So this is my dinner. And what you see here is, from left to right, 2 4-ounce patties of ground turkey. They are 93.7, so 93% lean. And in the middle, that is some garlic that fresh garlic, a clove of garlic that I will be chopping up. And then to the far right are my sweet potatoes that I've cut up. I'm going to quarter them and saute them in grapeseed oil. Sauteing the garlic, and then I'm going to put my yams in. So here is the finished product. I added a couple of slivers of mozzarella cheese on those burgers. I had oatmeal and egg whites for breakfast this morning before I taught my fitness class, and now I'm about to go for my run. So I have protein powder with some low-cal juice and I hope that's enough. Normally I like to put some frozen fruit in there. All right. It's just that quick. Like, no excuses. And then I take this off, put this on. This is good. So I'll see you later. So these are egg whites, 2 egg whites, phenomenal source of protein. I just happen to love bacon. This is actually 2 slices, cut in half, made look like 4. Love bacon. Woke up late, don't know why. I know that I have got to get out of here. I normally take my breakfast with me and I eat this on the way to work. Still managed to make my lunch. Not bad for someone who woke up late. I gotta get out of here. So I'm home now. I got home from work about a half hour ago. I am exhausted. And the last thing I feel like doing is cooking. And this happens to me regularly. But I'm going to do the right thing today. And I'm going to just throw this chicken breast that I prepared yesterday into a casserole dish and bake it. The finished product. So this is my cornbread. That's 40. That's 50. That's 54. That's 57. $60. So this makes it a lot easier because I don't have to count. All I have to do is make sure that this clock is counting down, which it is. So 23 seconds. Alright, so front part of the abs, and now I'm going to work on obliques. So, elbows to knees. The obliques have to do with rotating the trunk. Whew, 25 seconds. Nine seconds. also pork. Okay. So, wondered. Couldn't find my water. Mm. $3.51. That will complete my short circuit. Short circuit. Yeah, I'm not that awake. All right, let's see about getting some coffee now. It's 3:58. I'm about to cook dinner. I'm gonna make turkey burgers with bacon, or bacon turkey burgers, and what I call southern fried potatoes. The first thing I'm going to do is fry my bacon. I'm going to read the nutrition label. 2 slices as a serving. It's 80 calories, 6 grams of protein, 7 grams of fat. For me, that's all I'm concerned about. I got my turkey here. It's 93% lean, 7% fat, 22 grams of protein. Serving size is 4 ounces, and there are 170 calories for one serving. 8 grams of fat, and I'm winning. 4-ounce patties. I like to make my single servings look like double servings. It just looks like you got 4 slices of bacon, and psychologically it works, so you don't overeat it. I have been food conscious for quite some time, probably for a variety of reasons. I just never wanted to have some of the genetic predispositions that I'm supposed to come to fruition. I have my burgers on, and I am frying them in the bacon grease. And as you can see, the bacon turned out good. It's pretty nice and crispy, and it looks fairly hearty. I love Texas toast. It is, 1 slice is 160 calories. But my thing is, I'm not a fanatic. At least I really don't think I am, because there's nothing that I deprive myself of. But I have some degree of understanding of how it affects my body, and I basically made it my business. It's one of the degrees that I have is a bachelor's in exercise science, and through the National Academy of Sports Medicine, I I'm a weight loss specialist. And just in general, whenever you're pursuing fitness, even before all of that, I was making it my business then to pay attention to the food, like with those straws with the sweet and sour powder stuff in them. Oh my God. So, and honestly, I would still have some of that, if that's what I wanted. But I also try to offset it with physical activity / fitness. I rarely, not that I don't sit still, but I'm not a sedentary person at all. I will find something to do that requires me to move my body. I also wanted to add that I eat for functionality. I don't eat to keep my weight down per se. I look at it more like I don't want to gain body fat. So I don't care how much I weigh. If my body composition is not declining, if that makes sense. So muscle is very dense tissue, and it's not that it weighs more than fat, because a pound of fat and a pound of muscle, they weigh the same. They just look different. Muscle takes up less room, you know. So when, you know, fat is big and fluffy, and it can make you look big and fluffy. Muscle is lean. It takes up less space. So let's say a 150-pound person who wears a size 9 could probably still weigh 150 pounds and be a size 7. So, you know, there are degrees of leanness based on what you're doing it for. If you're doing it for competition, that looks one way. If you're doing it to stay healthy, that looks another way. I think if you're doing it to stay fit, it looks another way. And I think that's the category that I fall in. So I know to keep my protein up, because at the age that I am, my rate of muscle loss has increased greatly. It increased at 50. So maybe even a little before that, but at 61, surely it's even happening at a faster rate. And I would like to also make sure that what I am maintaining is quality lean muscle for functionality, so that I don't become a fall risk, so that you know, because my balance is bad, because my core is weak, and all that goes with that, and should I fall, I don't want my skeletal system to be susceptible to easy breakage, you know, because as quiet as it's kept, weightlifting not only creates muscle, but it strengthens ligaments, tendons, and bones. Unfortunately, we don't hear that as much, you know, even probably in fitness commercials. You know, they don't talk about the additional significant benefits that having muscle has, so, or offered. Just some things to consider. Get back to my food. And this is my plate. And yes, I have 2 different kinds of bread. The burger is on low-calorie bread, 40 calories per slice, and then that's, of course, the garlic bread. It's not illegal. And I love garlic. I cleaned up everything, I got my laundry done, even got my coffee prepared for the morning. Although I got everything together, you know, for tomorrow morning and cleaned up for tonight, no, that is not what I normally do. Am I just doing it because I'm on camera? Kind of, sort of. Although I have my moments, so, and there are some times that I'll clean up just to make sure that I don't have anything to do once I get home from work tomorrow, because I will have basically been gone most of my day, and that's also why I made 4 patties instead of 1 or 2. Normally I would do 1 or 2, but like I said, the last thing I want to do is cook dinner once I get home. So I have leftovers for dinner tomorrow. Sometimes I don't sleep good at night. I like to drink elderberry tea maybe an hour before I go to bed. It really helps. Never thought it would. What I noticed was that I really did seem to have a calmer, more peaceful sleep, but that's just me. I am not typically a tea drinker. Since I don't use tap water, I just use bottled water, and then I let the tea steep in the water for a while, and then I pour some honey in it, and I use half of the juice, or the juice from half of a lemon. It's really good. Honestly, I'm not a tea person. Never have been. Never have been. Unless it's Long Island iced tea. Yeah, so, but anyway, but this is really good, and it really does help me sleep. So I think this is last video footage, and I told you we would talk, so hopefully we'll talk some more later this week. project, I wanted to put some things into perspective. I believe this may be the technical or like textbook definition of fitness is having the ability to perform activities of daily living with energy and without becoming fatigued. Some people struggle to clean up their entire house, and I've met people like this. They may do the laundry and they don't have the energy to do anything else until the next day, or just cleaning a room. They don't have the energy to do it. Keep that in mind. That is what fitness means. And also keep this in mind. Fitness is not a look. So when you see someone with what you consider a great body, it doesn't mean that they are fit. You can be a bigger person, a heavier person, a person with more body fat, and still be fit. You can be bone thin and still be fit, and everything in between. Unfortunately, in our society, that is something that is common, is for people to believe that they can just look at someone and say, oh, they're fit, but that is not true. So if you have the energy and the vigor to get things done every day, go to work, go to the grocery store, come home, clean your home, raise your family, and do those extracurricular activities that you like to do, then you probably have a really good degree of fitness going on. Also, for me, I want to live the best quality of life at every age and stage of life, and fitness facilitates that. So I'm able to maintain my independence. I'm able to do a lot of things through fitness. And on that same day, work out before I go to work, and then come home and do what I need to do at home, whether it's work or play. Fitness really helps me to maintain focus. It decreases some stress, although fitness can be stressful, but they call that eustress, which is good stress, and keeps me more positive. It gives me something to look forward to, and I love the idea of being productive in that way. In addition to all of that, I love leaving the gym or leaving a workout fully spent. When I do that, there doesn't seem to be any room for stress or anger or depression or anything negative. All I can think of is like, whew, after a workout. But most of all, I just wanted anyone watching this to know that you're probably fit, and but you're thinking about it in a way like a lot of people do, which is that maybe in your mind you don't have this great perfect body or this particular look. And so when you look at it like that, I think it makes fitness a little bit more palatable. I think I've said enough.